Well, it's all fun and games until an ancient pharaoh's curse comes back as a disease, and there are children laughing about it. An unknown Egyptian ruler was infected with an unknown pathogen that dated back to 3000 BC, but now it returns and it shall make the world bow to it. Well, everyone knows that pharaohs were in Egypt, so we'll start our plague there, and then watch as the pharaoh gets his revenge on the modern world. And we're already getting some DNA points, which is good. And ooh, we have some fun little transmission things here. So we can give our pathogen a zoonotic shift. Genetic shift in virus increases infectivity. Makes cross-species infection possible. I think yes. And we already have some fun little symptoms here, like a rash and coughing. Should be coughing or something like that. And then a headache, because their brain gets removed. I get it. Ancient virus identified already. Pharaoh'S is an ancient virus that has been undiscovered for thousands of years. It has strange body-altering abilities, but has an unknown potential. I wonder if there's gonna be some, like, government overlord that'll try to take advantage of those possibilities and annihilate other countries with them. That's usually how it goes, and it works out very well for me. And our pathogen already has cold resistance, even though it started in the desert, so that's great. Getting some nice little yellow bubbles all over Egypt. And I accidentally let our pathogen move through the water, even though Egypt is in a desert and there's not a whole lot of water. Although there are 2 harbors there, so that's good. Mass panic over 3D printed robotic juicer. New robotic juicer banned in 17 countries after a UN report highlighted its profoundly disturbing behavior. Authorities trying to restrict access to the CAD file. Well, at least it's robotic juicing and not scooping. I heard bad things happen in a scooping room, but we already have 100 people infected, and that's good to see. We just need a few more transmissive abilities to our virus. And so for that, we'll need a lot more DNA points. And let's go ahead and give our virus to dogs because, you know, Egypt has like jackals and stuff. Oh, here we go. Pharaoh'S has infected hundreds in Egypt, increasing the chance that an infected person will infect a healthy person. That's usually how it goes. And there's a lot of boats going in and out of Egypt. Gate 4 is now boarding, so if you're watching this video, make sure you get on it. Aw, look at that, a festival of love in Egypt. Fans praise the replacement for International Kissing Day. Gross. Critics question hygiene standards. Yeah, you don't say. Oh, I suppose our virus doesn't have these symptoms yet. Let's just go ahead and give it a headache because, you know, mummies don't have brains. And now it's infected thousands already. Wow, that is quite the explosion in infection rates. It's infecting like 3,000 people each second, and that was 10,000. Woo. Oh, hey, it's gotten a rash symptom without using DNA points. I like that. I like it when things take control of their own. Pharaoh's gonna take over the world before you know it. But Egypt has quite a population, 82 million. Why do so many people want to live in a place full of sand? I don't like sand. It gets everywhere. Ooh, and speaking of getting everywhere, our mummy virus has just exploded in countries it's infecting. And there's boats that are going to other countries like Spain, probably because they brought a sarcophagus to a museum. And now South Africa, some more DNA points. We have a lot of DNA points here. And look at how fast Egypt is getting infected. Oh yeah. Everybody in Egypt is about to be infected. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Egypt found a new disease which had been named Pharaoh'S. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Mostly harmless, you say? Well, we can change that by giving people some skin lesions, which is just absolutely awful to think about. But then we can go ahead and introduce an immune suppression. Actually, we might not want to do that yet. It's still pretty early in our disease's life, so let's increase its infectivity with some coughing. Because of that thing I said before about sarcophagus. I don't really know how to deliver that joke, but there's a sarcophagus joke in there somewhere. Oh, great. Egypt is the first to instruct doctors to begin researching a cure, but it's still expected to take a long time. Cure ETA 2189. Goodness gracious, we're still in 2024. Happy New Year. And now we're infecting other countries in Africa, or just all of East Africa. I'm okay with that. Now Pharaoh'S is beginning to spread around the world. Yes, beautiful. Go to the Americas. Oh my gosh, there's so many places blowing up with the disease. Wow, we've affected Japan as well. That's good. And it's mutated to get the pneumonia symptom. Ooh. Oh man, look at the infection rate of the world. It's blowing up so fast. There's already 1 million people infected. 1 billion people. Even bigger numbers than I can comprehend. We have a lot of DNA points too. We should give our disease a little bit of things. Uh-oh. Saudi Arabia shuts down airports. Does that really matter? Where is Saudi Arabia? Oh, everybody's infected, so it doesn't matter. Now let's see if we can give our disease a little more transmission, like through the air. That's a good one. And I know a lot of Egyptian gods have a bird head on them, so let's go ahead and give it to the birds. Ooh, dogs become rabid and turn on their owners. I like the idea of this. And giving it to the birds again. So now we have Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and Cujo in our Egyptian virus. Oh my gosh, so many countries getting infected. Wowee. And they're still flying boats and planes everywhere. I don't know how you fly a boat. PHARAOH'S is on a watch list. I think that's how you pronounce it properly. Now 2 billion people are infected and South America is getting all of it. And our disease has a fever symptom. And oh, look at all these bubbles blowing up all over the countries. Yes. Oh, and we're starting to get the first deaths in the world. Yes, wonderful. Epistaxis? Mutated and developed epistaxis symptom. I don't even know what that means. Oh, it's just a fancy term for a nosebleed. Probably because they were picking the brains out of each other. And now we're starting to infect Scandinavia. Ooh, we're starting to get some infection in Russia as well. And that is some creepy singing right there. That was weird, but now our people are sweating. New Zealand is infected, good. There's still a few other countries that I hope I can infect. Okay, Russia is leading the global cure effort, that's fine. But there's a few of these isolated countries that I need to make sure get infected. Like, ooh, Iceland is one, but Greenland is another one. Mental dry out symptom? Hold on, mental dry out. Virus decreases the daily amount of ration received in the brain, which can cause people to talk slower or slur some words. Well, that explains the singing we just heard. Oh, an internal rash? That sounds gross. Let's get it. And ooh, profuse skin shedding. Wowee, this is some fancy stuff right here. Brutal bandaging. Hosts will start covering their whole body in bandages. Yes, we're turning people into mummies here. And there's literally a term for it, mummeranthropy. Infected start to become mummies and cause mayhem. We might wait on that. We still have a few other countries to infect before we up the severity of it, because they might start closing their borders when we do that. But we're getting some other countries infected. We need a boat to go to Greenland really fast. And now everybody's focused on researching a cure. Lovely. Let's go ahead and increase the transmission for water just to get that out of the way, as well as the air, and we can give it to the bats as well. Ooh, hello, extreme bioaerosol. Yes, please. Increase infectivity, especially in humid and arid climates, and plane ship transmission. So now our infectivity meter is all maxed out. I like that. Oh, look at Russia. Hemoptysis symptom has begun. Just looking up all things. I think that's something to do with like blood flow or something. Oh, it's because they're coughing it up. Yikes. See, I knew there was something with coffins. Please go to Greenland. And yes, infected boat went to Greenland. Aha! Everywhere is gonna be infected now. There are no clean countries left, except maybe Norway. Oh no, Norway's infected too. And now it's burning out. Yes. Now we can go ahead and kick in the mummification of people. Beautiful. And what is this one? Acute encephalitis. How do people pronounce these so fast? Multiple inflammatory lesions in the brain. That sounds fun. Not for me, but for everybody else. PHARAOH creates mummies? Beginning to create mummies. Our researchers are scratching their heads about how this was done. Who knows? Pharaohs are weird like that. They're just like, hey, I'm just gonna party in the afterlife. Can you just wrap me in toilet paper and pick my brain for a few? And now Argentina is breaking down. Or it's even like the stereotypical like anti-mummy thing. Is it just like breaking them apart? But now our disease is giving people respiratory infections. And oh my gosh, Norway is falling so fast to the infection. Now Canada still doesn't have very many, but now the army is taking action, taking control over the mummy problem that has our scientists confused. They said they will take matters into their own hands very soon. And now people have hemophilia. That means they leak faster. And how can we get people infected in Canada sooner? Probably pulmonary edema, just to release it into the air some more, and immune suppression. That sounds fun. And now acute encephalitis, whatever that is. So now we just really have one symptom left, and people are still trying to find the cure, but they're only 6% of the way there. Oh, hey, They got respiratory thinning all on their own. Lovely. Man, the world's population is only 8% healthy, and we're starting to get a lot more mummies in the world. I like this. Now, Canada already has infections, so that's gonna fall pretty quickly. We just need to wait for this to get above the thousands and break all the research while we're at it. And now the United States is all the way infected. Pakistan is in anarchy due to PHARAOH'S, and now, oh man, the USA is slowly dying. That is a yikes. How is Canada still surviving this though? Those darn Canadians. Let's just evolve the bats some more. And ooh, pathogen causes bats to act more lethal to human hosts and make them look very dry and leathery. That sounds appropriate. Now we have all the symptoms and all the transmission. We could also probably increase the abilities as well. Ooh, temples? Hey! So we can generate DNA over time. I like that. Ancient slaves. Infected mummies find any researchers to develop a cure and put them, oh man. Oh man. Call down the wrath of the plague down on other countries? Oh, I like that idea. And a cult, yes please. Getting all the fun ones. People are still getting infected in Canada, and they're actually, oh wow. Okay, they're actually dying at a faster rate than they're getting infected. That's not good. We can't have people dying faster than they're infecting people, unless the dead can infect people, but I don't think that's how that works. Can they call down the wrath on some of the other things? Okay, you know what? We'll give our plague some cold resistance. That should let it survive Canada a little bit better, and the virus can reproduce itself. I didn't think I would have a problem of people dying faster than they're getting infected. I thought they would just kind of go hand in hand. Like the infectivity is already maxed out and lethality is only halfway there. Living on a prayer. Is there anything in the news about Canada? Not that I'm really seeing anything. We just kind of have to hope that people continue to get infected, which it seems like they are. It kind of just goes in waves. There we go, there we go. It's starting to go up. People are still dying, but it's still going up. We just gotta hold back the infection, which thankfully it hasn't moved past 6% because the ETA is unknown. I guess that's because oh wow. Look at this, 7 billion mummified. And there's still 35 million healthy people somewhere, probably in Canada. Yep, that's exactly where they are. So, Canada, how do you feel about mummies? Everywhere is shut down, there's nowhere else moving. Canada's just kind of a last stand. I guess that is the problem. Ooh, hello DNA points. Is that since there's not very many infected people left, there's not really the chance to, oh, look at that. There's a lot more yellow bubbles popping up on Canada. Yes, that's what I like to see. We have 100,000 infected people now. It really seems like our disease is catching up on the infection rate and not getting overrun by deaths. There we go, 300. Yes, it's starting to blow up now. Yes, the red meter is growing. It's like 5 years ago when you'd be watching a YouTube video buffer and really hoping the gray outpaces the red. This is what is happening right now. Yes. Get more Canadian mummies, some winter mummies. Not sure how that would work, but hey, it is working. All the rest of the world is getting infected, and by the rest of the world, I mean Canada. Oh, and it is just exploding in infected rates. Look at that, yes, everybody's a mummy. Mummies rule the land. The entire world has been transformed into mummies, despite the world's best efforts. The new plague controlled the world. What shall come next? Let's see, can I get anything else? No, that's just victory. Mummies control the earth, nothing left to infect. We did it. Hope everybody loves their mummy because that's all there is right now. That was fun to see mummies take over the world. And I hope you guys enjoyed that too. If you want to see more of this game, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching and sub to Intern. I'd also like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Mr. Cripple 1, Ancient Elixir 1, Corby Farm, Dakota C, Donamoto, Devion X, Muffin Stuffer, Lucas S, Splatter Sacks, The Real Nickname, Edward, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drew Belong, TJ, Seriously Sarcastic, Angel, and Lily Bites.